guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I wanted to sit down and share with you guys a really beautiful and wonderfully done resource that I think a lot of you guys will want to use, and if you use it in your homeschool, you will absolutely be blessed by it. So today's video is going to be all about Campfire Curriculum's Resurrection Day unit as we head into the spring. Are you guys looking forward to spring? Sunshine, new life, and celebrating Resurrection Day, also known as Easter. The unit goes into that, but I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video, and I wanted to share with you guys all about this because this is something that we are going to be doing in our homeschool as we lead up to celebration of Resurrection Day. So if you guys are not familiar with Campfire Curriculums, their units have been a really fun addition to my homeschool this year. If you've watched all of my content, you've seen us use the Giving Thanks unit as we moved toward Thanksgiving, and then we went through the entire Caroling Noel unit through the Christmas season, where we learned the history on all of the commonly sung Christmas carols, and we just really enjoyed that unit for the togetherness and just the fun seasonal feel that it gave our morning basket. So I've really loved incorporating these into my homeschool days. And I get asked all of the time, Ashley, where do you put those kind of unit study things? Well, I put them in our morning time because that is when all of my kids, ranging from high school down to elementary school, are gathered around the table and we are learning together family style, which is my favorite way to learn and discuss and talk about faith-filled things and why we do what we do, learning history together. It's all so wonderful. And that is an anchor point in my homeschool still to this day, and I don't see it changing. So because I gather my kids together for Bible and some read-alouds and campfire units in the mornings, and then in the afternoons, or once we get through whatever we're doing in the morning, then my children move on to their grade level specific work. That's the way that we use campfire units in our homeschool, but really you can do it however you want to do it. There's even options with the curriculum, with their units to basically take a break from all other curriculum, and you can use the core connections that come with the units that give you the science and language arts and writing and math components still while being focused on whatever the unit study is. So that's a really cool thing that Campfire does have. However, we don't use the core connections. I just love it for morning basket. So I wanted to explain that because I get asked that a lot. So this will make its way into my morning cart at the beginning of March. Campfire does include, which is really cool, a calendar that is actually up to date. So it's up to date for this calendar year, and it gives you a 4-day or a 5-day option. You don't have to follow their calendar, but if you truly just don't even want to think about it, they have it all mapped out for you. So the reason why I really wanted to share this Resurrection Day unit with you guys is because as a homeschooling mom who's been homeschooling for almost 10 years, I see how many of us as homeschoolers spend a ton of time preparing our hearts and preparing our children's hearts and really pouring into intentionality for the Advent season or leading up to the celebration of Christmas. And that is incredible, that is beautiful, and it should be done. But the fact is that it doesn't just stop there. Our faith as Christians is completely null and void if we do not celebrate the fact that Jesus defeated death. So he didn't just come as a baby to die in place for our sins, but he defeated death, which is the hope that we have. So I really feel convicted personally, and also just want to implore you guys to celebrate Christ's resurrection. Now, I do want to make a quick note and disclaimer that I am not saying Easter, and a lot of you guys may be like, why is she calling it Resurrection Day? Well, I love the fact that Campfire Curriculums doesn't hold back in this area, and there's a section at the back of this unit that has additional Bible reading, and it actually goes into where the name Easter came from, what it actually means, and then there's like a faith talk with your kids on, you know, it kind of guides the discussion on if you feel that the name Easter is an appropriate name for celebrating the resurrection of Christ. So you're getting a ton of truth in Campfire Curriculums. It is not just, you know, a gloss over and a highlight of, you know, flowers and baby chicks being born. It's the deep, meaningful stuff that a lot of us really are desiring to teach our kids. So this resource is incredible for that. So yeah, I just think more time needs to be spent celebrating the fact that our God is not dead, and because he rose, he will bring us, he will come back for us, and we will be alive forever with him in heaven for all eternity. That is something to celebrate, and it's something that our kids need to know. So I wanted to talk about this on my channel because I don't see the same level, and I see a ton of homeschooling stuff. So this is a general statement. So if you do take a lot of time here, don't take this personally, but I just don't see the same level of effort and the same amount of resources even available for celebrating Resurrection Day as I do celebrating Christ's birth at Christmas. So I wanted to really talk about this with you guys because of that. So the Resurrection Day unit is just in my 3-ring binder. You can print it, you can use it digitally, you can put it in a binder, you can take it to Office Max, whatever you want to do. I just print it, 3-hole punch it, throw it in a binder, and then I've got it all set for this year and years to come. There are 12 lessons in the unit, and like I said, they are meant to be taught family style, so that you can explore and just discuss all of the amazing information that is in here. All of Campfire Curriculum's units, whether they're for upcoming holidays or whether they are for, you know, some of the other units that they have on their website, they are able to be used by all learning styles. They include different activities that really appeal to kinesthetic learners. There's obviously visual and auditory learners, and so they really take into account everyone's learning styles, and so that's why these units are so fun and easily enjoyed by all of my kids, because there's something for everyone. So basically, every lesson has a main lesson, and that's the reading that you share with your children on whatever that day is about. And they have, of course, the early learners for those younger kids, and then they have the growing and advanced options of the unit. They all coincide together. I personally use the growing and advanced units for my kids who are ages 11 to 16 about, but the early learner option would be great for those of you guys who have younger children, I would say under the age of 10. Every lesson takes about 20 minutes if you just do the main lesson. They do have think tanks or faith talks at the end of each one that give you a few discussion questions to really hone in with your kids on what they just heard and discuss maybe the deeper meaning behind the lesson. Then there are the optional games and activities, which if you don't have time or the desire to do them, which I don't do them all, I just want to say that, you can skip past that. That is the other really wonderful thing about Campfire Curriculum's units, is that you don't have to do everything that is listed here. You can do as much or as little as you like. The unit is beautiful and beneficial even if you're just reading the main lesson as a part of your morning basket, taking 20 minutes. You can make it your entire school day if you want. So there's the ability to to do, 20 minutes to however much you want to put in it. And that is why I love it, because it's so nice to have those activities for days when you want to do that, and then super easy to just turn the page if you're not wanting to do that day. In fact, Campfire Curriculums will even put a little skip if you want arrow at the top of the page indicating like this is not something that you have to do. So there's also some really beautiful devotional journal pages in here that I just will make a photocopy of for each of my kids, so that way they all have those. And the unit is just so well done. Some of my favorite things that I saw as I was preparing to get this unit into my morning cart were the pictures of actual images from the actual locations of the Sea of Galilee, of the tomb, and those visual images are so helpful for our kids to realize these are real places. This was the map. There's a map, I believe, in lesson 2 on Christ's travels, and it allows your kids to see visually where he went and now where those countries are in the modern day. There's a deeper look, I think this was in lesson 6, at communion and the elements we use in communion and why we do that. There's even an example of a traditional Seder dinner. So if you're wanting to really dig into the customs and traditions and celebrations surrounding this time period, you are going to be blown away. Like I said, this is not a superficial unit. There is so much historical and just biblical evidence and support. It is going to be a faith building experience for your kids and you probably. I always learn something new. I learned so much in the Caroling Noel unit about the original writers of those songs that I was just blown away. And so I'm so excited to also be learning alongside my kids in this Resurrection Day unit. After the 12 lessons, there is additional Bible reading that you can do. It comes at the back of the unit. And so the unit is just chock full of beauty that will prepare your hearts and your children's hearts, as well as your minds, with a deeper understanding of what we are celebrating when we celebrate Resurrection Day, also known as Easter. And like I said at the beginning of the video, Campfire Curriculums goes into where the name of Easter came and allows you to kind of discuss it with your children on if you feel as a family that the name Easter is a accurate name. I mean, it doesn't tell you to say it one way or the other, but it kind of explains where that comes from. And so it's just a deeper look, which honestly, I don't think kids are ever too young to learn the deeper truths. And I think that there is so much value in sharing honestly with our kids and discussing differences and thinking things through. And the Resurrection Day unit from Campfire Curriculums is absolutely beautiful and fantastic. And I cannot wait to dig into this starting in March. So if you want to be done with it by the time you celebrate Easter on our calendar this year, I would recommend starting it a little bit earlier than you think you will. You will need to. That's just the way that I have seen, because things come up, people get sick, and then you always are like, darn, we didn't finish it by the holiday we wanted to. So when I did Caroling Noel, I started that immediately after Thanksgiving, and we finished it the week leading up to Christmas. So I'll be starting this in March. That way I have plenty of time and we can really enjoy it in its fullness. So if you guys want to check out the Resurrection Day unit from Campfire Curriculums, I will have a link down below to their website. You can go right onto their website, purchase the unit, and it will remain in your account with Campfire Curriculums for forever. So you just download it onto your computer. It takes 2 seconds, and then you are off to the races as far as printing or however you want to use it. Let's say you purchased the unit this year because your kids are 10 and under and you want to use the early learner, and then 2 years from now you want to come back to it and you want to use that growing and advanced version. it will be there waiting for you. So I love that once you purchase it, you have it forever. So you guys can check them out using the links down below, but I wanted to get on here and share this awesome resource that we are going to be incorporating into our homeschool morning time in the spring. I think it's going to be a beautiful time of learning more about all of the things that are that are in here leading up to Christ's resurrection. So I'm really, really excited, and I wanted to pass it along to you guys. So let me know if you have any questions down below. I'm happy to get back to you. Let me know if you have any questions surrounding Campfire curriculums. We have gone through several units now, and so I definitely feel equipped to answer the majority of your guys' questions. The link will be down below. Give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying these videos that I am trying to continue to make for you guys on resources for homeschooling, and share this video if you find it helpful. I really wanted to share with you guys why I wanted to take some time out to talk about Resurrection Day with my kids and focus more time and energy towards that in comparison to the Advent season. And I know that a lot of you probably feel the same way, and so I wanted to share this awesome resource. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye, friends.